The following podcast is entirely fictional. Any mention of actual places, people, occasions, things that happened and animals is purely coincidental. This podcast contains scenes and themes of an adult nature and also has swear words in it. The good ones, you know, like shit and fuck.
Hello and welcome to That Was the Week That Was It? A podcast where we delve into a guest's psyche and ask some really important questions like, how was your week that's just gone? And other questions remarkably similar to that one, to be honest. My name is Alex Sievewright, and joining me on this podcast from now on and until the end of days is my co-host and comedy wife, Kate O'Connor. How are you, Kate?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. It's like we haven't had half an hour of trying to set everything up, and now we're saying, how are you, Kate?
Yes, I feel like we've already had this conversation once today, but for the purposes of the podcast, most well.
Just in case it changed in the last 15 minutes.
It did, but I'm back. It's fine.
Good. Most importantly, Kate, how was your week last week?
Oh, my week last week was pretty good. Snow. I love a bit of snow. Snow angels, snow men, snow women, snow dogs.
No. Snowballs?
No.
And christening this podcast baby's head. I'll read that again because that sounded weird. And christening this podcast baby head. Still can't say it right. And joining us
Christening the head of our podcast baby.
That'll do, yep. Yes. And christening our baby podcast head.
Christening
this is all staying
the
in.
head of our podcast baby this week because it's the first one.
Okay. And christening the head of our podcast baby is writer, creator, radio host, and all-round lovely fella, Harry Hardy. Would that be correct, Harry?
I guess so. It's a nice way to introduce me. I'm not a nice guy though.
I'll edit that bit out.
Yeah, please. Can you redo that bit again, but call me a bastard or something?
Yeah,
please?
sure. Bastard Harry Hardy.
That's better. Thank you. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? Hi, Kate, as well.
Hey.
Hey.
Now, Harry, we've known each other for quite a few years now. I mean, we first met. We did a play together in 2005. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that play in 2005.
Where was it? In Newark, wasn't it? In Newark.
Newark, New Jersey. Yes.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, it was. It was 2005. You were what, 12?
I was 12 years old, correct?
Yeah, and I was 26.
Yeah, and it was a two-man play, wasn't it? I think we were the only two.
It was a one-man, one-boy play.
Was it the time you did Waiting for Godot?
That's right, but it was a different version of Waiting for Godot. Yes, it was the strange version, which involved the man trying to sell a 12-year-old boy.
And it wasn't even it wasn't even in a theatre, was it? It was just on the streets, I think, in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just in the streets of New Jersey. Kate, you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was really disappointed how early Godot arrived, though.
Yeah, he was there when we got there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I feel like you could have eked out for longer.
Well, how long did the play last for in general? Because we did try to drag out as long as possible.
4 years.
Yeah. You were disappointed by how long that was?
Yeah,
I
thought it had legs. Thought it could have gone on and on. But I mean, ultimately, they could only really keep you there until your sentences ended.
I mean, after the play, me and Harry didn't speak to each other until now. Yeah. So,
wow. Yeah. Well, it's an honour, Harry.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So let's start this thing. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's do it, Harry. How was your week last week?
Oh, this has been the happiest week of my life, Alex. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to immortalise this week forever.
I'm pleased. Let's break it down. It's a happy week. How was Monday?
Oh, Monday was brilliant. Let me tell you about Monday. Right.
Please do.
During lockdown, right, since the very start of it, I've been absolutely obsessed with meat pies, right? It's my sort of vice at the minute. It's my only thing that's making me happy throughout lockdown. And I started off last Monday. I started off last Monday by going to the local butcher's in the nearby town here. And I got some steak pies for me and my dad to have, right?
Aw.
Lovely steak and ale pies. Delicious, Kate.
That
Delicious.
sounds great, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing is... Go on, yes.
no, I've got questions about pies.
And we've all got them. We've all got them.
So, when you say you're obsessed with a meat pie, there's, to my mind, now I'm no pie aficionado. I'm not from the north, so you'll have to tell me. As I see it, as a layman, woman.
Southern is pronounced. Southern.
Well, no, because I'm actually Welsh-Irish, so I'm Western.
I think the Irish do good pies. Not sure about the Welsh, though. So maybe you're half a pie aficionado, really.
Yeah,
at
maybe.
heart.
Anyway, so as I see it, you've got your two main pie genres. You've got your pucker/Fray Bentos,
Yes.
which is kind of quite a liquidy centre pie.
We call them
Stick it in
shit pies, is what I think the term is for them. Shit pies.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because of the consistency.
I think the pucker actually is better than the Fray Bentos because at least the pucker actually has a base.
Does the Fray Bentos not have a base?
No, the Fray Bentos depends on that tin mostly, doesn't
Does it?
It's
Yeah.
literally just a pastry lid on top of a metal tin with some sort of subpar horse meat.
That is
Yeah.
cheating. But then on the other side of the pie coin, the poin, if you will,
Yeah.
there's
Coin.
the like your picnic pies, your Melton Mowbray pies, which are more sort of dry in the centre. It's got a
Yeah.
chunk of
Just
meat
a big
surrounded
husk
in
of
jelly.
pork. Yeah.
And I have to confess that my favourite bit about any of those pies is either the gravy that the meat and the wet pies come from, or the jelly that the meat and the dry pies comes in.
I can't eat the jelly in a pork pie without retching.
I like to lick it out.
Yeah, we're still talking about pies.
I will isolate that sound bite there.
Brilliant. Excellent. Well, there's a third tier of pie that you're totally missing out on here, and that's
What's that?
butcher's pies, high quality pies, which are a bit like the Fray Bentos one, except
Yeah.
like they're shop bought really good quality pies that are professional or a pie-fessional, to use your
Yeah.
sort of I don't know the word. What is it when you squash two words together?
A portmanteau.
Yes, or a pie manto.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to force it every time now. Yeah, there's that tier of pie that you're missing out on.
Oh man.
I'd recommend it. It's like my next door neighbour on that other side of the wall, Alex, is the local butcher by coincidence.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't do us any discounts.
What a prick.
And he fills up our bins.
Does he do pies though?
Yes, well, he's the butcher in question who I go
He's
to
the
see in
pieman.
his shop. He's the
Oh,
pieman.
he is actually the pieman.
Yes, he's the pieman.
And he has toes. Pieman. Toe.
So how was Tuesday, Harry?
Yeah, Harry.
Well, every now and then, lament the loss. This won't mean anything to you, right? Because you're Southerners, and I know you're sort of. What are you, Alex? Are you really a Southerner, really?
I'm from Lincoln.
Where is that really? Nobody knows what that is.
It's kind of mid. It's kind of mid off to the side. It's kind of like the polar opposite of Wales if it was a little bit further down.
Just really bad at singing, and
Yeah, the complete polar opposite of Wales. Shit at singing, can't cultivate leeks.
what's the opposite of a sheep?
Hat.
Is a pillow? Is a pillow the opposite? Because it's rather than being, it's full of wool
Well, no.
rather than having the
A
wool.
hat, yeah. A jumper. A pillow's more the opposite. That's more the opposite of a duck, isn't it? A pillow.
Oh, you're thinking of a feather pillow. Oh, you're so fancy.
I am, yeah.
I was thinking, that kind of woolly, cotton woolly stuff.
But if it was the absolute opposite of a duck, a pillow, it wouldn't have feathers.
That's a good
really
point.
true. We've gotten off track.
No. This is what I was doing on Tuesday.
Oh.
No, it wasn't.
Pondering pillows.
Pondering pillows. No, on Tuesday, right? We have gone off track. I was going to talk about this thing in Gateshead that I used to go to when I was little. It's this. It's long gone. It closed in 2008, and I lament the loss of it like at least once a month. It was a indoor fairground called Metroland, and it was in the the Metro Centre shopping centre. So think of your Bluewater, think of your Westfield, right? We've got one of them sort of. It's called the Metro Centre, and it had a fun fair in it, and then they closed it down and replaced it with an Odeon cinema, which is shit. What? Yeah,
Hang
go
on.
on. Yeah, go on. Ask me some questions. Go on.
It had a fun fair in the mall.
Yeah. It was brilliant, Alex. It had a roller coaster in it. It had waltzers. It had a Ferris wheel. I'm not even making it up for a funny comedy bit. This is true.
Well, the whole thing's true. The whole podcast is true.
Yeah, well, actually is, yeah.
Candy floss?
I think there was possibly a stall in which you could purchase candy floss, yes?
Goldfish in little bags with not quite enough water.
No, didn't have that.
Coconut shy.
Coconut loud and proud.
Coconut ambivalent.
Coconut extrovert.
Thank you, that's what I was grappling for.
I don't know. No,
that would be my drag name, though. Coconut loud and proud.
Coconut confident.
Yeah. Confident coconuts.
These are that coconut confidence. That's what you mean.
Mine would be coconut milk.
So you were lamenting the loss
never mind
of a mall. Yeah, I'm ignoring that. you were lamenting a loss of a mall.
Just trying to join in. Yeah, go on.
It's all right. Because of a fair. Mm-hmm. Is the mall still there? Sorry.
The Metro Centre still exists. The Metro Centre is the shopping centre. Metroland is the bit that counted, Alex. That was the bit that mattered to a little 11-year-old me.
And so
I'm pretty sure I told you all of this back in Newark, you know.
Yeah, you probably did, but I was drunk. But I think if you... Surely... Yeah, but it was still there then, wasn't it? You wouldn't be lamenting it.
Yeah, but what I was saying was I was missing it at the time, and you dragged me out to New Jersey for your bloody play that year.
Yeah.
So you spent all of Tuesday lamenting the demise of Metroland. How did you how did that manifest? What did you do to mark the grief or let it out of your system?
Well, in previous occasions where I've lamented the loss of Metroland, I would look at YouTube, and there's Facebook groups as well, full of people like myself who are just distraught still, like 15 years on, by the loss of Metroland. I'd normally do that, but instead what I was doing was I got myself in this room that I'm in right now, this little box bedroom. I turned off the light. I made sure there was no light coming through the window. And I just I held my breath and closed my eyes and just sort of got myself into a blind rage, and until there was like an apparition of the roller coaster in front of me.
Wow.
I was like nearly blue. I was like in this sort of state for like about 20 minutes. And then
was this like the time that I found you backstage at that other show that you did, and I just found you rocking back and forth, holding onto your knees, very quietly and sadly humming to yourself.
No, that was a different time where I was remembering some childhood trauma involving a clown. Thanks for bringing that up.
Sorry.
Was there clowns at this mall?
No.
Did they...
That's why I liked it so much. Clowns are pricks and they can piss off. I'm not scared of them, I just don't like them.
What's there now in place of the theme park?
An Odeon cinema.
Is it run by clowns?
The prices they charge, it might as well be.
Yeah, in a sense, yes.
Oh, bless. Well, that's a real... So you had pies on Monday, traumatised on Tuesday.
We were making love on, I don't know.
Well, don't spoil it. No. Don't get ahead of yourself, because I'm going to ask you about Wednesday in a bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's now... actually, it's time for our first feature. As just like the One Show, we are all about filling time with features. Here's a feature called This Feature's Theme Music was created after the podcast was recorded. So, here we go.
Tabby custard. Tabby custard.
All our observations suggest that it operates according to well-defined laws.
Tabby custard. Tabby custard.
that was good. That was great.
Hey, amazing,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, Harry, what was your favourite thing about the theme music that hasn't been recorded yet that you just haven't heard?
Well, I made some quick notes in the seconds that lasted. And there were two things that I really liked. Two things that really stuck out. Am I allowed to list two things out for you, Alex?
Yeah, you can list as many as you like.
Right.
yes.
Well, I noticed some sort of sound effect. Was that Chewbacca and Stephen Hawking pulling a Christmas cracker? Was that what that was?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
you really are. You've got some ears on you.
I managed to record that before they both died.
Where was that, Alex?
Oh, that was around Stephen Hawking's house.
Was it at Christmas, or did he just keep a lot of crackers?
He's got a shitload of crackers. He really has. He's all
Loves
about
them.
the Big Bang Theory and all the rest of that, and he just loves crackers.
Yeah.
He's got lots of them, and also it was just a really, really good experience because I brought this really heavy suitcase, and thankfully, it's ramps everywhere, so I didn't have to lift it.
And of course, Stephen Hawking is notorious for his upper body strength, isn't he? So he's really good at Christmas crackers.
He just sort of clamped down, and Chewbacca did the rest.
What was the second thing, Harry?
Yeah. Second thing, Alex, that I liked in that. Did I hear Anne Widdecombe yelling "Tubby Custard" 5 times at the top of her voice?
Yes.
I like that. I thought that was good.
Yes, you did.
You don't hear that?
It's a nice little. It offsets the cracker noise and the Chewbacca noise, doesn't it? It really does.
Yeah, it really does. That was from the time that she appeared on Strictly, wasn't it?
It was. Yes, it was when she did that the Teletubbies
The Nunu
theme.
dance.
That's right, the Nunu dance, where she literally got her Nunu out and danced.
Yeah,
with
and
it.
vacuumed up all of the tubby custard.
It was quite a sight. Why she got voted off, I've no idea.
I voted to keep her in. I racked up the phone bill that week.
Yeah.
I think it was when it all came out after the judging. I think that was the issue they had, and they had to clean up the studio for an hour.
Yeah, also, the massive baby and the son was really pissed off that he didn't get asked to participate in that year's Strictly, so there was a bit of politics going on behind the scenes too.
There's always politics. That's what Teletubbies and Strictly's all
Bloody
about.
Teletubby politics, Christ alive.
So, Harry, you like those two parts of the music, yeah? Kate,
I did.
I don't suppose there was anything that jumped out at you, was there?
Oh, well, only the usual stuff, but you were always peppering it in, so I wasn't sure it was worth mentioning. But, how...
The harmonica.
Well, there was the harmonica, and then there was the cats doing the arpeggios.
Yeah, I mean, they're always on hand.
It's
cats,
too easy.
so-
It's too easy.
That's all well and good. But what did you like the least?
Well, I thought it was a bit much when you put in the sound of Pavarotti orgasming.
He didn't. I've recorded that before he died.
Is that how he died? Was that the final whelp?
Did I say that about Anne Widdecombe? I think she's still alive, isn't she?
She is still alive, yeah.
Yeah, no, Pavarotti before he died. That's how he died, yes.
Remarkable.
It's a
Thank
real
you.
shame that you weren't able to do anything to help the situation, given you were there with your dictaphone.
With my what?
Your dictaphone.
Yeah. That's right, yeah. Yeah, but, it's what he would have wanted. Well, thank you anyway. Was there anything else, Harry?
No.
Good. Right, well, thank you so much, Harry. Thank you, Kate, for your input. So, Harry, tell me, how was Wednesday? You mentioned something about making love on Wednesday. Is that true?
No, of course it wasn't, Alex.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
Oh.
It's all right. Wednesday, I was thinking a lot about maybe going back to university to study some other vocation. I don't know. I'm still unsure about this. I'm still umming and ahhing, but I spent a lot of Wednesday looking at prospectuses online,
What are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking at like some sort of career in an industry that's sort of recession-proof, maybe, like sort of... I don't know,
Banking.
like... Wanking, I heard.
Banking.
Well, I heard wanking initially.
I mean, it's often very similar.
Are you eating during the podcast, Kate?
I thought I would have a minute. But I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
no,
saying
what you did
anything.
is you put food in your mouth,
Yeah.
said banking, and it sounded like wanking.
Thinking. I mean, I did that a lot at university anyway, but it
And
wasn't
on
what
Wednesday.
and on Wednesday. But it wasn't what I, intended to study at university. But do you think that's a recession-proof career? There's a lot of people like on websites these days, like OnlyFans, giving away that sort of thing, aren't they?
That's really true. You know the guy who did Leave Britney Alone?
Chris Crocker.
He's doing quite well on OnlyFans, I hear.
Right. I only just remember his name, not because of his OnlyFans, but just because like that video of him crying over Britney is ingrained in my memory. I promise. Wow.
Sure. Yeah.
Wow. I'm really confused by OnlyFans, to be honest with you. It seems like
I told you put your card details in first,
Oh, okay.
and then you sign up for
Then
whatever.
you see it.
Yeah.
Then you can see it. Oh, okay. That's what confused me.
How many fans were there when you went on? Because I was disappointed by the amount.
I don't even know. I can't even remember what I looked at.
Sure, I don't understand what the point of it is if it's only fans. Like, surely you want famous people on there?
Yes.
But it sounds like a
Yes.
topic that lots of us, we have a lot to talk about here, doesn't it? Really, OnlyFans. We're having a riveting conversation about it.
Have you ever looked at Cameo?
I have looked at Cameo.
Yeah, I've used it a couple of times. It's quite interesting.
Who asked for your voice?
It was some guy who'd seen that Waiting for Godot show a while back. He wanted me to say, I can do it again. I think it's all right because he's paid for it and it's out in the open. Hi Clive, how's the leg? Hope you're enjoying your holiday over in sunny Spain. This is Alex from that Waiting for Godot thing you saw in 2005. Do you remember Harry, the little child that was in it with me as well? He's not here at the minute, but he sends his regards, I'm sure. Thank you for the money. Oh, thank you for the money that you gave into my account. The £4.50 was very well spent. I bought this microphone with it. Thank you. Goodbye.
Is that the tone of voice he used as well?
Yeah.
It's mildly angry.
He actually, he requested it.
Oh.
He said, "Can you sound a little bit miffed?"
Yeah, I remember Clive.
Yeah, everyone remembers Clive.
Yeah.
It was Clive Anderson, wasn't it?
Yes.
He does like
Yes.
being spoken down to a little bit, doesn't he?
Well, he's short,
Yeah.
even compared to my standards. He's very short.
Last I heard, he liked being told to yap, puppy boy.
Yeah. No, that's right. He did. That was. He requested that as well, but that was on my OnlyFans.
Ah.
Is this some sort of slanderous story that I'm totally deaf to, or?
But it is now.
It's just hearsay.
Yeah.
The band. They
Yeah.
joined it. Yeah, they joined in. So, sorry. No, did you come to a conclusion, Harry?
About university. I don't know. I think I should really look at something more practical as a sort of a career choice. I don't know. I don't think I'd be a very good plumber.
Masonry.
I don't know. I don't like cement.
You'd be very good masonry.
Do masons use cement? Is it brickwork, that sort of thing? Is that about?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Don't they build walls and stuff, don't they?
Yes.
And they
Oh,
have
but-
secret meetings
And shake hands and build walls.
and wear capes.
Yes.
Well, I could get behind that sort of thing.
What, a wall?
Yeah.
Cape.
Okay, a cape and a
Good
wall
wall.
I could get behind, yeah. And in
Do
the
it
shade
then.
as well, if they're shady, it's easy, isn't it? Just to sort of, it seems like it's designed entirely for hiding their group.
Yeah.
Well, I do hope that this conversation has helped your state of mind, Harry, because I was worried, because I don't think you came to a conclusion on Wednesday at all, did you? And you're still thinking about it, I can tell.
It's been playing on my mind, to be honest with you, but I sort of decided to not give it much thought for the rest of the week.
And now I've brought it
dedicated
up again.
Wednesday. Yeah, you have. I'm glad you have, because it needs to be thought about, doesn't it? But I thought Wednesday is the only day of the week I should really give it some serious thought, and I just left it sort of hanging over Thursday, Friday, and the weekend.
That's a fair, brave thing to do, Harry.
Yeah.
Is it now? I'll tell you what's brave. That wasn't brave, Alex.
What was brave?
People who fight fires and go to war, that's brave. All I did was consider a career change. That's not brave. You
should become a fireman.
Or a warman.
Or a woman, yes. A woman.
I should become a woman. I should become a woman.
Oh,
that would be an
better.
interesting change for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would be fantastic. I'd live a life of religion.
I mean, they're really brave as well.
They're so and everyone loves them. That's what I want, to be loved. Everyone loves Mormons. And they've got a book.
And a musical.
How many religions can say that?
Not many religions have books, Alex.
Or musicals,
No.
apart from
Most of them.
yeah. Okay, so Wednesday you were lamenting. Fantastic.
More lamenting.
More
Lamenting your career this time, though.
Yeah. Yeah, if Metroland was still around, I'd probably work there, I think. I'd be a carny in the Metro Centre.
Well, that's an option.
But it's not, because it's closed.
You should work at the cinema. Work at the cinema, Mark. Work at the cinema.
I have worked at a cinema in the past, and it's one of my favourite ever jobs.
Really? I would have assumed there was like a lot of, I don't know, secret vomit that needed cleaning up and stuff.
Yeah, there was an occasion where I had to like clean a nappy off of a seat that someone had left.
Oh.
But even then, the pros of working in a cinema: free films, free popcorn, free hot dogs.
And you got to keep the nappy.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a pro. That's a con, if anything.
I once worked in a DIY store, and it had display toilets for like the kitchen area. For the kitchen area? For the bathroom area.
Toilets for the kitchen area. It's remarkable.
It was a radical DIY store with new ideas.
Didn't catch on.
Nice.
But quite a few occasions we had to clean up those toilets because people had taken a dump in them.
Oh no.
Which is really impressive because they are, on the shop floor. So that's quite impressive.
I worked at a DIY shop. And that was one of the perks of the job, just going up for a sneaky shit in one of the showroom toilets.
Oh, we worked in the same place, didn't we? That's right.
We did,
yes. In Newark, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. That's what they said in Newark, New Jersey. Why don't we go take a shit in the toilet?
Hey, close the door, you douchebag. I'm shit in here.
Hey, there's no door. It's a display
There's
toilet.
no door. We're in a DIY store.
Who the fuck is taking all the toilet paper?
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
No, don't buy that toilet roll holder. It won't go well in your bathroom.
Hey, this sink isn't even plumbed in.
Madam, I like your blinds.
What do you mean you want a receipt?
Get out of here.
yeah, asshole.
We don't have any bathrooms for customers.
Well, what the hell are they over there? What was I...
What am I...
Check your footage. Check your footage.
What am I gonna wipe my ass with?
No, not that t-shirt.
I could fill a wheelbarrow with this.
Hey, this is super fresco wallpaper. This is beautiful.
What's that smell?
Next.
Yeah, go on.
Well, thank you, Harry, for letting us delve into your Wednesday. Next, we have our weekly feature where our entertainment correspondent, Bottanova Strange Fruit, tells us what is coming up in the UK next week. Hi there. Bottanova Strange Fruit here to kick the teeth of next week's head-in with my explosive What's On guide to what's going on in the UK next week. So hold on to your buttocks as I force myself in dry. On Monday, at the Fiddler's Eyebrows in Honeychurch, we see the return of the 80s magician, the wondrous Kenneth. Joined by his glamorous assistant Eileen, Kenneth takes you on a journey of wonderment, fantasy, spectacle, and false allegations which haunt him to this day. This uplifting and depressing stage show features anecdotes that mostly end with the phrase, "Yet they could find no evidence," and "She was yet another money grabber, obviously." So if you like full-scale illusions and stories about victim shaming, be at the Fiddler's Eyebrows in Hornychurch on Monday from 7:30 p.m. Tuesday, and it's the annual Pick Your Own Day in Market Dreyfus, Somerset. Here, people come from miles around to literally pick their own things. Everything from strawberries, raspberries, apples, potatoes, DVD players, laptops, clothing, mobile phones, games consoles, raspberries, you name it, people pick it. It's essentially a big riot and looting spree that was organized on Facebook each year since 2006, but the local council decided to give it a name and not get involved. Be there from 9 a.m. sharp to get the best pickings. Wednesday marks the 46th anniversary of Keith Barron Day in Headcorn in Kent. People gather to remember and celebrate the works of the actor Keith Barron. Works such as Duty Free and... Tickets are available at the door, but do remember to bring your wife along so the wife-swapping party of the event goes smoothly. Nothing is happening on Thursday. And on Friday, it's music time at the Marvelous Music Festival 2021, held in North Virginia, Scotland. Come see acts such as Succulent Sid and the Daisy Chains, The Baffles, Risky Jane Richards, Boiled X, Tit for Twat, Elephant Moped, Barry Morpeth, Gary Offensive, Helicopter Man, Gravely Keith, Harriet Jumpjet, The Sniffles, Brickyard Curry House, and the now outdated Daft Punk tribute band Daft Cunt. Tickets are available at the door of the nearby brothel. Well, that's it from me. See you next time, you cheeky people. Bye-bye. Lovely! Harry, Thursday, tell me about it. What happened Thursday? Lay it on us really hard now and thick.
Spent all of Thursday chucking out all of my dad's Morrissey memorabilia into a skip. Because he's got loads of it, right?
Oh.
And, you know, like my dad, he was a big Morrissey fan, big Smiths fan, but then Morrissey went weird, didn't he? Went weird and racist.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. So we just hired a mini skip, stuck it outside the house, filled it up with all the Morrissey stuff, because we had tons of it in the house.
Oh, wow.
We had all the CDs.
Was it all just music, or was it like, you know, like memorabilia and other types of Morrissey?
Memorabilia. It was enough to, you know, warrant a mini skip, Alex, is what we had in the house.
Nice.
Took up the majority of living space in the house. It was a hellhole to live in, this house, for the time being, for the duration of time the memorabilia was in here, which was all of my life, because my dad's been an avid collector of Morrissey's shit for as long as I've known.
Yeah.
He had cardboard cutouts of the man.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He had, not even just that, he had sort of mannequins made to resemble Morrissey.
Okay.
All right.
Which is a step above. A step above a cardboard cutout, because it's more dimensional, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You can look around it. Yeah, you can look around it. And
you can like touch it. You can imagine what it's like to touch Morrissey's leg.
It's hard plastic leg.
It seems a shame though that your dad didn't feel that he could separate the art from the artist. You know.
Well, it wasn't that really, Kate. It was just we had too much of it. Really, there's being a fan of an artist, and then there's having, you know, mannequins of him in your house, in every room.
Yeah.
Did he like Neil Morrissey as well, or was it just Morrissey?
That's the Morrissey I'm talking about. Neil Morrissey from Remember Behaving Badly. Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah.
Wasn't he Bob the Builder as well?
He was Bob the Builder.
He was briefly. Yes.
Oh, did he get kicked off that job?
He did. He did.
Did he?
In all seriousness now, I know the guy who rebooted Bob the Builder, who actually was in charge of it.
He changed the batteries.
No, he rebooted it. He recast it. He did it on computer-generated things, and yeah, I actually do know the guy.
Yeah,
And
you
he got
get
a lot.
for this to be a story. You're gonna have to say a bit more.
Okay, well, he got a lot of flack when Bob the Builder was rebooted. And you just look at it in like Google it about Bob the Builder reboot because they did it all CG and they changed his look and they made him
more fabulous.
Yeah, and had a different voice casts and everything. And it was just really nice because the build up to it was like, I'm going to release it. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I'm friends with him on Facebook. And then all of a sudden it was released. And it was just like a barrage of shits just at him. Like
avid
why?
Bob fans. Furious.
Why have you done this to Bob? This is not Bob the Builder. And I just remember it's like midday, I think, on that day when it was released. There was just a post from him that said, well, that went well. It's just...
But what I don't
guy.
understand is, what demographic of people could possibly be pissed off about this? Because
I know.
surely, like, the fans of the show from the first time round are now too old to care.
Exactly.
And the parents of those children need to get a life.
Yes.
It was like a serious backlash. That's mental.
Oh yeah. It was 100% serious backlash.
Was Dizzy the cement mixer still part of the cast, or did that thing finally catch up to him?
Well, no, I think he was booted out. That was part of the reboot.
He looked shifty, didn't he? I think he was the most suspicious one.
Yeah.
He did, and he was. That was not concrete in his back
No.
passage thing.
No.
It was
because there was a rumor that Spud the
things.
Scarecrow was the dodgy one, but he was actually the whistleblower. I'm pretty sure in the whole thing.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the
Good
one
on
who
him.
outed Dizzy for the monster that he turned out to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, now you say, I do remember reading something about how Dizzy made Spud be a drugs mule.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And because he stuffed crevices
Yeah.
where the hay
Yeah.
had gotten a bit loose.
It's all a metaphor.
And Spud had that friend Bird, which I forget the name of, and that was of course also used as a sort of mule to fly little packages of heroin across the border.
Which is ironic, isn't it? Really, that they would use a bird
As a mule.
as a mule. Yeah.
There is a certain irony to that, yeah.
I think that's what Alanis Morissette was singing about when.
Yeah. That was the missing verse.
Yes, it's like
It's like-
rain on your wedding day. It's like you sing a bird when you really need a mule.
Yeah. It's like going for shit in a display toilet, and there's no loo paper there.
And there's all those guys who can't do the accent.
we could do the accent. What are you on about? So that's how I spent my Thursday, chucking out Morrissey memorabilia in a skip.
Wonderful. Well, how do you feel Morrissey would feel about that?
Oh, he's already got the money, isn't he, from all of it? I think that's why he doesn't really care.
Yeah, but you know that he trawls the countryside checking people's bins for old copies of his albums and stuff.
It used to be that on hedgerows and stuff like that, and forests, you would find porn, but now it's Morrissey stuff.
You know how you
And-
never see white dog poos anymore?
Yes.
That's Morrissey.
You know what? Literally, every podcast I've ever listened to for long enough, the hosts will either go on about, oh, do you remember porn in hedgerows? Oh, do you remember white dog poos? Those two topics of conversation always crop up together at the same time. It happened with Adam and Joe once. It happened to loads of things. Go on.
Yeah, but if we know anything, it's that Alex and I are the Adam and Joe of the fledgling podcast world.
I think that was Adam and Joe that owned that title, though, isn't it? I don't know.
No, hold on a minute. The reason I'm doing this, Harry, the reason I'm saying that white dog poo and hedgerows with porn is that I want this podcast to be a success.
Oh, right. So you're sort of copying. Right.
Yeah, it's a prerequisite. Yeah. You get a checklist from the National Podcast Association.
Yeah, there's a podcast checklist right here. Yes, look, it says, always mention dog poo, white.
Brackets white.
brackets white, yes, or just drop it in whenever you feel like it.
Tick, you got that, yeah?
It also says that you should have a impromptu bit of burping, which I did.
Yeah.
Which I just
It's
did.
good. Howard Stern does that sort of thing.
He does. He also ruins his trousers during interviews. I've seen it.
Please elaborate, because I'm lost with that sort of comment.
He just shits himself.
So Howard Stern shits himself. Is that what he's known for?
Yeah, he does. You listen, like at the 42-minute mark on every single one of his episodes of every radio show he's done, he soils his trousers.
Oh, must keep an ear out for that, because it's something that's passed me by.
Yeah, no, you listen carefully, you can hear it. He just does a little, and then it's gone.
Oh, it's around the 42-minute mark of our podcast right now.
Yeah.
Well, that is...
Were you just covering up?
Spectacular. No, wouldn't do that.
You've just done a little poo, haven't you?
That is a complete fluke. That really is.
A complete poop.
And you should always mention porn in hedgerows. And
optional topic of discussion when you talk about porn is mention how ladies' pubic hair in the 70s was slightly bushier than it is now.
Oh, it's making a resurgence though, for sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
That'll be lockdown then.
Lockdown hairstyles.
Yeah. That's true.
Try dyeing it electric blue.
Who cares? It's just how it
It's
should
comfier
be.
to cycle.
I bet. It's extra padding,
Yeah,
isn't
genuinely. The GB ladies cycling team are banned from messing with their pubes.
You'd have thought that it made them more streamlined.
No, Alex, because that's not how cycling works. Like,
yeah, they sort of wear clothes, Alex, really.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot we're talking about cycling. Now, Kate, it's time for your feature where you tell us about a news story we may have missed in the news last week. In the news, do you have a story for us?
I do, yes. So now it's time for me to put on my serious reporting voice and do some reporting. Okay.
Go on, then.
The sleepy village of Worselden.
More serious.
The sleepy village of Worselden.
No, more serious.
I'm just getting deeper. I'm just getting lower, not more serious. How do I be more serious?
Well, just pretend. Just imagine death. Go on, continue. I won't pretend again.
Okay. The sleepy village of Worselden narrowly avoided a full-blown riot this week.
That's good.
In an error of judgment described by some as WT actual F, Mr. Berry of 42 Everyman Road took a risk so foolhardy, so brazen, that he risked inciting an insurrection by the most tempestuous of all the subgroups, teenagers. As far as his household was concerned, last Tuesday was just a regular midweek evening. The children, aged 13, 15 and 17, were each squarely focused on a separate screen and ignoring their father. He, on the other hand, was about to pull off a coup that most parents would never dream of. During the course of preparing a firm family favourite, Don Mio spaghetti bolognese, other jars of pasta sauce are available, he switched out the classic beef mince for turkey mince. Parents up and down the country reacted with fury tonight, as it transpires that, whereas their own children would have reacted with the force of a small nuclear explosion at the small change in a dish they're familiar with, the Berry children didn't even notice. That's right, folks, Mr. Berry got away with it. When asked to comment on why he'd chosen to take such a risk and whether he had any regrets about tricking his hungry adolescents, Mr. Berry was quoted as saying, "Who are you? How did you get in here? Get the fuck out of my house." From Worselden, I'm Kate O'Connor, back to you in the studio.
Wow. And if you have been affected by anything you've heard in that, Kate, is that happened?
Yeah, it did. He's my uncle's neighbour.
Oh.
And my uncle was like really pissed off because he said, well, if the kids had noticed, that's my evening at the Swanee. they'd have thrown stuff around the room and caused absolute mayhem for the whole street.
Of course. I don't. I mean, you'd notice. You would notice.
I think so too.
I think you would. It's like
Which makes me think, what else was he putting in their food?
If you replaced it with corn, you would notice. If you replaced it with turkey mince, you would notice.
I mean, dolmio is quite thick.
Well, I mean, there's thickness, and then there's thickness.
Yeah, the
And then
children
there's-
are also quite thick.
Thickness. I just don't feel that. Are you sure? Can you back that up? Are you sure that's?
Well, I
haven't
did go into his kitchen, and I saw what looked like the remnants of stuff for a bolognese.
Right.
So it was definitely a bolognese.
What was the spaghetti? Was it just ordinary spaghetti, or was it?
Blue stripe.
Is what?
Blue stripe. Tesco blue stripe.
What would have noticed? Harry, Harry,
Hello.
Harry,
Hi.
Harry, can you believe this?
Yes and no. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really listening because I don't really pay attention when the news is on because I don't believe anything in the news anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
this
that's fair enough.
Kate, read it. I got time to read it again. Don't worry. That's fine. Well, it's an amazing story, Harry, that you would have.
Hang on, I'm ignoring you again. Hang on, let me just zone out. Hang on. There we are.
If you'd have seen this in the news, Harry, you would have been blown away. Essentially, what happened was he replaced normal mince with turkey mince, and his kids didn't even notice. Harry.
Yeah, what? Sorry.
Harry.
Hello, hiya. So were you talking to me? Sorry.
Can you tell us about your Friday, Harry?
Started a new business venture on Friday.
I mean, it was a great story, Kate. Don't listen to it.
Thank you. There'll be more next week where that came from.
Harry, tell me about your Friday.
Sorry, Kate. I started a business venture on Friday.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What was that?
Yep.
You started a business venture on Friday.
I think I've just seen Morrissey.
Where? Where is he?
He's rustling through my bins.
I thought he couldn't go out tonight.
Can you see his pubes?
No.
It's like a quiff. It's quiffy pubes.
Why? So you started a business venture.
Yeah, I did.
Why is Morrissey going through your bins?
Well, I assume he's checking that I haven't thrown out any of the memorabilia.
But of course you haven't.
No, because I never had any.
Yeah, you're a loyal fan who didn't buy any memorabilia.
Yeah, but heaven knows I'm miserable now.
Yep.
So Friday.
That's a song.
Your business venture you started, Harry, on Friday.
Well, do you remember about 10 years ago, like tax loopholes and stuff? They were all the rage. Jimmy Carr was doing one. Chris Moyles was doing one. In a way, I'm talking about the little guy here. The person that doesn't earn the big bucks. The person who's on benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that little guy.
What about him?
Well, I think, he or she or they, whatever, they deserve a cut of the pie as well. And I think that, Jimmy Carr, he had enough money to buy someone who could, or hire someone who could help him dodge tax. Why not extend those services out to people on benefits? Why not find, someone who can help you sort out loopholes in your benefits?
Right.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not start a sort of a big sort of ring that can cheat benefits, commit benefit fraud en masse, but in a legal way, of course.
Yeah, you're on about loopholes, not
Yeah.
full-on fraud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion.
You mean avoision?
Avoision.
Oh, that's a Simpsons line.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
You can't use that toilet. I have an aversion to people shitting in my toilet.
She does.
Just the
She
Simpsons.
does. I went round there one time, and yeah, she didn't want me to. She wanted me to go outside.
Were you living in a
Weird.
DIY shop?
Yeah, I was at the time. It was a tax dodge.
Brilliant. That's the sort of thing I'm
Yeah.
looking. I might hire you for this sort of business. Actually,
Well,
With the-
I've got ideas.
Good.
I think this is a really interesting concept. So to keep it on like the right side of legality,
Uh-huh.
why don't we focus less on not paying the tax and more on the benefits that you would get had you not paid the tax? So, for
Perfect.
example, Jimmy Carr, I have it on good authority, saved all that tax money so he could buy new teeth.
Yes. Oh,
So what if we, I don't know, repurposed all of the ivory in the royal family's vast quantities of ivory?
yeah. Stolen
What's
ivory.
the word? Trinkets? Stolen ivory. Sure, I was dancing around it.
Yeah.
And like made dentures to give out to all of the little people.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's good. That's
Or veneers.
veneers.
Do you know,
Ivory
I'd
veneers.
love that. I recently found out about cleansing. The not that type, the other type. When you were 21 years old, apparently pre-NHS, you would a birthday present when you turned 21 was to have all your teeth
All your
removed.
teeth taken out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
and then replaced so you'd have no money issues or troubles later on in life. And I think that's brilliant. I would love that to have happened.
To have all your teeth taken out at 21.
By now I'd have got used to it.
Yeah, and you get given like a fancy set of dentures.
Hmm.
And also, it saves you a real problem when you get married of not knowing what to get somebody on your anniversary.
Yeah.
Because you could just buy them a new set of dentures every year in
Yeah.
the appropriate material. So they're like paper dentures to start off with, and then
Lovely.
wood dentures, and then
Lovely.
tin dentures
Yeah.
for like 5 years. And then when you get to 25, it's
It's a brilliant idea.
ruby, silver,
Yeah.
50 gold dentures.
Diamond dentures at some point. isn't it?
Exactly. Pearl, platinum dentures.
Yeah. I'd be up for that. That'd be fantastic. I mean, you know, there's many 21-year-olds that want to knock all the teeth out, so that'd be great. Just line them up.
When you said that you'd discovered cleansing a moment ago, Alex, I thought this was an admission from you that you'd only just finally discovered personal hygiene.
Yeah. And yeah, moisturizer.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Head and shoulders.
Yes, I do.
Anyway, you're not actually offering the advice, are you, Harry?
Well, you know, I don't really know much about it myself, really, because I'm an idiot. So I do need to enlist the help of professionals like Kate, who sounds like she's very good at dodging these sort of legalities. So it's brilliant. Kate, would you consider yourself to be on board with this project?
I think for the right price, we could certainly have a conversation. Sure.
Excellent. Well, we're having a conversation right now, so are you charging me or...
Yes.
Shit. I wish you'd told me that before.
I sent you an email. Did you? You should check your spam folder.
No.
You
I
should
never-
always check your spam. Always.
Should I check my spam
Yes.
folder now?
Do it now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
We can wait.
Email for my butchers. When are you going to pay me for the pies?
You'll be talking about spam as well. The other spam folder, not that one.
Right. No, you must have the wrong email address, Kate.
Have you checked the junk folder?
What?
There'll be Morrissey stuff in there, but check the junk folder.
Junk folder.
The spam one was for the butchers. The junk folder is for the.
Because Morrissey doesn't eat meat, of course. He'd avoid spam at
does
all
not.
costs.
It does avoid meat, just constantly avoiding meat.
Oh, yeah, there you are, Kate.
Yeah.
That's not a bad rate, actually.
Thank you. I'm, nothing if not
Cheap.
fair.
Fair.
Oh.
That's the word, fair.
Yeah.
Yep. So what did Jimmy Carr do to get his new face then?
It was just the mouth area, really.
Yeah, because he looks.
Yeah.
He looks like he's been sort of stung by a wasp in many different places.
He's got new hair now, hasn't he?
Well, that's your classic Lego man hair, though.
Yeah,
In
comes
fact,
off.
much in the same way as you do the teeth cleansing, you can also do the hair cleansing. He just got it all waxed, and then just one solid block just screws in what he's got now.
He was wearing like a Batman hat the other day. It was weird. I think he obviously got mixed up with his hair, but...
Oh yeah, I saw him in a cowboy hat. Totally
Yep.
bald underneath. Cowboy
Weird.
hat on top.
No ears.
Once it was a pizza.
I saw him with like a little plastic flame stuck out the top of his head as well.
Yeah. And a whole car. So...
And he was running around shouting, "Die Brickstars loose!"
Is he Jamaican? Jimmy Carr? No.
Does nobody remember that game from the 90s?
I
No.
remember it. The Bricksters' Revenge, I remember it.
Yeah, it was a great game. There were some questionable accents, which I've only realised since vocalising it.
Oh, I thought you were doing a Jimmy Carr, Jamaica. No, he went of his own accord joke.
I wasn't on purpose, but
Oh, it was good though.
it was great, and I should have just left it.
No, I think jokes should be overanalyzed and pulled apart and ruined. That's what jokes are for.
Mama Papa Briccolini? Yeah. I'm just reliving my childhood here, Alex.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I never played the first one, but I played Lego Island 2.
Oh my god, the first one was way superior.
No. No,
Yes.
because I
How would
played,
you know? You never played
I
it?
played the second one, so that was the best game, obviously. That's how it works.
No.
Harry?
What happened at the weekend?
Do you want to know what I did at the weekend?
I mean, we've got some studio time left. You may as well tell us.
Yeah. Might as well tell us. It might make it in.
At the weekend, I consolidated all of my debt into one easy-to-pay-off monthly loan.
Hold on. Whoa.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
Well, everyone's got a bit of debt at the minute, haven't they?
Yes, but where are you going with this, Harry?
Where am I going with this? I'm telling you, Alex, that if you phone 0800 55...
Harry?
Yes?
Not the time or the place, Harry.
When...
You can't just come on here and just try and do an advert for consolidating loans.
I've got to earn my money somehow, Alex.
This is not what the podcast is about. This is not what the podcast will be about. It's not. It's going to remain about being about porn in hedgerows. It's going to be about white dog poo. It's going to be about Morrissey.
It's about Jimmy Carr's teeth. It's about Chris Moyle's questionable life choices.
It's about Anne Widdecombe's tubby custard. If you remember that.
Yeah.
I hope that's staying in.
Well, it's about all the other things we've mentioned that probably aren't staying in. You know, the whole thing about bent raccoon nose dicks. It's going to be about all those things. Lego in the urethra. Jimmy Savile's rucksack. You know, the whole thing. The whole thing about the
John Holmes's luscious lips.
Can't believe you're cutting that out.
Yeah, and his other bits. You can't come on here and just.
But you promised me a fee to begin with, Alex, to come on this.
I didn't promise you a fee.
You said you'd pay me a three-figure sum to come on here, and then I entered this Zoom call. It turns out to be a fib, and then now Kate is charging me money for some sort of
Consulting.
financial consultancy.
Private consulting. Yeah.
Yeah, private consulting for to be honest with you, for an idea that frankly is ludicrous.
Well, you said it was good to begin with. You said it was good.
Yeah, you did say it was good.
Yeah, I said a lot of things, but now looking back at it, it's ludicrous. And also, I can see...
I think, Alex, you should listen to Harry because
does.
there are things that you could use help with yourself. You know, after that trip to the States recently, and all the things that happened over there, and, that lady who... had those allegations the emails that were sent and the several sets of clothes that turned up in that suitcase, the cat.
I know, but that's not what we're here about.
Alex has never listened to me. Never. Not once, not when we were in Newark and I said to you, we shouldn't work in this DIY shop, we shouldn't be shitting in their display toilets.
Yeah. Exactly. You're useless at taking advice, Alex. What did I tell you about that piercing? I told you it would get infected, and it did.
Yes, it did, and I wanted it to.
Which one's this?
It's part of my look now.
He's always getting bloody infections, him. Right,
Oh, no, I'm getting infected. Yeah, maybe there should be a hotline I should ring about infections.
And it goes 0800.
No,
555.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm just don't.
Although, do not harass them, the call centre workers, with your infection issues. They are there merely to consolidate debt.
I mean, I could edit that out, but I'm not going to through principle.
0800 555 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got a jingle. It's brilliant. Very catchy.
0800 555 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow! That's the sound of debt leaving your body.
Is it?
Yeah. Do you want to know what the company's called?
Guess so. What is it?
It's called Shit Pipe Debt Management Limited.
Oh, yeah.
They're brilliant. They're up and coming.
Oh, they know.
You'll see their adverts on ITV before long. In ad breaks for Judge Rinder.
And how are you affiliated with them? Exactly.
I'm the director of the company.
And you came up with that title.
It's his pipe.
It's my pipe. Shit Pipe Limited.
It's spelled SCHI.
It's not. It's spelled exactly how you'd imagine it. Shit Pipe Debt Consultancy. Debt Consolidation Limited. That's what it's called. I don't even know the name of my frigging company.
What was the phone number again?
0800 555 1234. Ow!
Harry, back to this. In all, on a scale of up to whatever, how would you rate last week in total? Like, I give a shit.
I'd say 1 or whatever. I'd say it's a bit of a laugh.
Okay, so better than a drop
Better than a shit pipe.
Better than a shit pipe.
Yeah.
Not as good as a canoodle on a canoe with a Canadian.
A canoe with a canoe, a canook.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, actually, maybe I'll bump it up to that. Yeah, I think it was as good as a canoodle on a canoe with a Canadian.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that, Harry.
Whatever.
That's marvellous.
Shut up.
Well, Harry, it's been
Piss off.
bearable having you on the show. It's been a lovely time, and I'm so glad that we were able to talk again after all these years.
Whatever, you don't even remember who I am.
Do? Little 12-year-old boy.
No.
My little 12-year-old Goddo.
Yeah.
So, Harry, thank you so much for coming and being here.
No, it's all right. Yeah, you're welcome. It's, I'd do anything for you, Alex.
Yeah.
I've always got time for you.
Yeah. Apart from that, the whole thing with the consolidation company, I think that went very well. Thank you so much.
Whatever.
Kate, anything to add?
Yes. I would just like to add that if you're struggling with debt, you should get in touch with Shit Pipe Debt Consolidation Industries. Contact them on 0800 555 1234.
Thanks, Kate. Send me an invoice. I'll check my spam folder. You'll get your payment very soon.
You forgot that ow.
Ow! That's an extra £5.
Always remember the ow. You always got to remember the ow. Branding is key.
Yeah, that's true. Brand recognition. But I will be adding a £5 to my invoice. Ow!
That's understandable.
There's
The
another
ow
one.
is golden, and I can't put a price on that.
Well, £5. Ow!
Oh yeah, you actually literally did put a price on that. Yeah.
Is that per ow?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, you're taking the piss now. You're taking the. No, stop it, because you could
Keep
literally
going,
just
Kate.
say
Keep
ow
going, Kate.
1,000
Keep
times.
going. Ruin him.
Wow, wow, wow! Oh, that's a wow.
Those were wows, not ows. So there we are.
It's a difference. Well, that was the week that was it?
Was it?
Hopefully.
Was that it?
Hopefully that was it. And you sound surprised, Kate.
That was the week that was it, though?
It was.
Oh.
Thank you so much to my guest, Harry Hardy. He's an absolute gent. And thank you so much to my co-host, Kate O'Connor. Same again next time. Is it, Kate?
Ow!
Marvellous. So yeah, we'll see you next week, whenever that week maybe is. That sign-off needs some work. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
Is that your money? No, it's Phil's. He left it there to pay his bills. I'm not speaking ill of the dead, but he's a jerk. Yes, he died on the way to work. But look at me. I'm reaping the benefits. 'Cause I can't think of a word that rhymes with benefits.
Shitpipe Building Society. We're up your side.